Welcome to an episode of Charged Up, where we charge up physically, mentally, and emotionally. I'm your host, Coach Charles, and at the end of the day, it's time to recharge through reflection. If you're about power, purpose, and progression to reach the next level, this is the episode to watch. Today, we have a man who was a graduate of Lane College with a bachelor's in business. He is from Covington, Tennessee. He is a father, a brother, a role model, and he has something that you could definitely listen to. Give it up for Demetric Blevins. My God, man. Tell me about you. Where you coming from, man?
I come from Covington, Tennessee. Probably like 15, 20 minutes, about 30 minutes from Memphis. It's more so a small town, a country. Like, grew up where everybody knew everybody. That's how it was out there. Where
Small town living.
Yeah, small town, straight country, like seeing cows, horses, all that type of shit.
How was that growing up? Was it dangerous, or was it like cool to where everybody know each other, everybody watching out, looking out for each other, or was it more so?
More so like everybody knew each other, but it was a crab in a bucket mentality.
What you mean by that?
Nobody didn't really want to see nobody make it. Like if you was the person who had it, you didn't get that much applause. Somebody was trying to figure out how they can take that from you. But growing up in the country taught us survival. So a lot of people think country people are slow and all this, but really we can survive anywhere we go. So that's the beauty of coming from the country.
What was like the main thing that you had to get when you got a survival mode? What's that? Talk to me about survival mode.
Man, figuring out every day, like where we come from. Most of us grew up in single parent homes, so it was like, how you gonna eat the next day? So if somebody need their grass cut, trash taken out, you trying to figure out all type of different ways to hustle and make some money or get food. Or if you wanted clothes, your mama couldn't do it, you had to figure out how you can do it. So that was our mentality of survival.
Like, okay. So man, we're gonna start off with the charge up quote of the day. All right, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. What do you think of that? She need her gas. I'm gonna edit it out. All right, here we go. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. Coming up from Covington, Tennessee, what's the things you overcame?
My depression and mental health. Like, growing up, it was like I was young and I experienced death of where I lost my first sibling when I gained knowledge of it, losing my brother who was a year older than me. He died when he was born, but then when I was 8 going on 9, my sister passed away. So
how old were you at the time?
I was 8 going on 9. She was 11.
So you 8 years old. You lost 2 siblings already.
Yeah, and then my daddy was in prison from when I was 1 up until I was 27. So that right there was kind of one of those things, like, how can I go through life going through all this? But I turned it into a positive.
So you 8 years old, no father, lost 2 siblings. How do you bounce back from that?
Man, honestly, prayer, like my family, my other siblings that I did have, they just showed me like it's more out here and just keep going. But it made me really realize, honestly, at a young age, death didn't have no age on it. So
what do you mean by that?
Meaning no matter how old you are, you can die at a young age. Like you can be 2 years old, something can happen and you can die. So it started making me realizing just live life. It's an expiration date. Everybody got one.
How was that growing up without a father?
It was tough. Like I talked to him while he was in prison through the whole time, majority. But it was tough due to the fact going around homeboys and they had a dad and a mom in the crib, and shit, I didn't have it. So seeing that was like, man, I wished I had that. So it wasn't envy, but it was I wish I had it.
So did you have you say you're around your friends and they have father figures? Did you have anyone that you looked up to that could be a role model, or the man that you are today? Who is the coach behind that man that you are right now?
Man, my oldest brother, my big brother. That's who showed me how to actually hustle, grind, work. Like my mama did her part, but my brother showed me the parts of being a man. Like him and his wife, they been together for almost 20 years or more. So they gave me inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up without a father too, but he one of the best dads I know.
Mm-hmm.
So that showed me, like us growing up without a father, really show us how to be a father. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is your dad still locked up?
nah, he's out doing good for himself. I'm proud of him.
Do you guys have a connection now, a relationship now?
Yeah, it's not like the strongest like some people may have with their father, but that's my best friend. Like I can call my dad and man, he can talk about anything.
So it's more so like you forgave him.
Yeah, I always forgave him because anything that we do, we ain't the judge of it. God the judge of it. So I forgive and keep moving.
You talk about young men nowadays growing up without a father or having this anger towards men who are not in our life. What advice would you give to the young fellas out here nowadays to let stuff go and forgive, as far as father figures are men and period?
Man, you gotta realize they got past trauma too. So you have to understand them. To understand a person is to know them. So if you get a understanding of your father or your mother or what they've been through, then you can understand how they did with they upbringing you,
Mm-hmm.
with them raising you rather. So when it comes to that, I say talk to them. Communication is the key because you want to know what they've been through because you might be the repeat of the history of them.
Mm.
You never know.
I think like nowadays people got so much anger built up and they want to prove a point to so bad where the thought of forgiving somebody or the thought of actually figuring it out never crosses the mind of a lot of youth these days. And that becomes a problem to where if you sit back and think about what happened, how it happened, when it happened, a lot of these situations could be resolved.
Yeah, because a lot of these young guys now, they think that you soft if you forgive somebody. It don't make you soft, it make you conscious, aware of
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and you have to deal with. You don't want to bring them consequences on your kids
Mm-hmm.
because generational curses is real. Like, say for instance, a scenario of somebody who father did something when they was younger of hurting somebody, and he got his life right, but your son in the same era, and they have a son.
Mm-hmm.
Now y'all colliding. If it
Yeah.
was never no forgiveness,
Yeah.
it's gonna keep going. It's gonna be a repeat cycle.
I seen something that said when you forgive somebody, you're not forgiving them, you're forgiving you.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like when I hear that, it's like I gotta forgive me for being so angry at them. Cause it's not what they did, it's what I'm preparing myself to do.
Or more so what you allow them to do. Because if you let a person control your anger and control any of your emotions, they control you.
That's real, man. That's real. Now, let's jump into this first segment. We got purpose. We talk about purpose. Trying to get to understand and motivate these youth and adults, young adults, to find their purpose, the why behind what they do. If you woke up every day and no one clapped for you or recognize what you do, what would you be doing?
Still getting up, taking care of my family, my wife and my daughter. Still doing the same thing. Cause I don't.
Do you look for validation from others? Do you need those? Do you need that clap from others to let you know that you winning, or is that just something that is a token?
It's more so to me a token. Cause and all due respect, I don't give a fuck what nobody think or feel.
Right,
Cause
right,
it's like I
right,
don't need the validation
right.
because I know where I was at
Uh huh.
beforehand.
Hmm.
I look at my past and that's my validation of
Hmm.
like, okay, you doing good, you doing better than you was before.
Hmm.
And I have a thing of each year I want to be better than I was last year. Each day I want to be the better man than I was the day before.
Hmm.
So with that, I don't look for no applaud. It's good to hear words of affirmation,
Hmm.
but me personally, I don't really care about none of that because sometimes it don't always be genuine.
Is your current path building your purpose, or is it just maintaining your comfort?
Now I can say is building my purpose.
What's your purpose? What is it that you want to do? You go tomorrow, God forbid. What do you want your legacy to be? You got wife, daughter, family. What is it that you want people to remember Demetrius about?
Man, I want them to remember, and it's Demetric.
Demetric. Did I say Demetrius?
Yeah, everybody say
like
that
Big
though.
Meech, huh?
Yeah, everybody say
Demetric.
that. But
Big Meech. What do you want them to remember Big Meech about?
when they say something about Demetric though, and that with my legacy, that he always tried to make sure he helped people, even when he ain't have it. That's just it. I felt like I was here to help people, and I always said growing up, if I get a certain amount of money, I ain't never just say I'm gonna do this for myself. I say I'm gonna do this for the homeless, or I'm gonna do this. So it's always about helping people because I know I'm gonna get my blessings back from that.
Do you feel like you got that from Covington, Tennessee? Just more so giving clothes off your back and trying to help those around you? Do you think that made you to the man you are right now? Did that shape you to what you are right now?
I give Covington some credit, but I mainly give my mama and my family the credit because my mama was loving, and the structure that she instilled in us is totally different than other people. So
that had to be hard on her to be a single mother at your childhood. How many brothers and sisters you got?
Man, it was 4 of us, and at the time before my sister passed, it was 4 of us, and my sister, she had cerebral palsy, so she couldn't walk. So my mama had to pull her in a wagon or carry her and me at the same time. So it was real rough for her on that, being a single mother, but she stayed strong. Like, and I can sit back and say I ain't never seen my mama cry over no bills or worry or none of that. So that's why I am the way I am, because of my mother when it comes to my strength.
So we talking about pressure. Graduated, found a wife, had a kid. What is the pressure to succeed feel like for you? Talking about trying to get to that next level. How much pressure are you under?
Honestly, a lot of pressure, because when you trying to be the one to change everything and do everything for everybody to help out and make life easier, it makes it a lot of pressure. But God put you through certain things because He know you can deal with it.
You are graduated 2020, came down in a situation to where you thought you want to be. You're a father now. How's the pressure of being a dad? You got a baby girl, my niece. How's the pressure of that being a dad, bro? Like,
man, that was real tough on, because
like it's always like trying to, like, man, I want a little boy, I want a little girl, but it's like how's the pressure of being a dad? You big bro to everybody. You big cuz to everybody.
yeah.
But being a father, like this the generation we talking about, bro. Like, how is that being a dad, bro?
It was tough due to the fact of, like, me being a baby out of all my siblings, then having a baby. It was like tough because I wasn't ready, but you ain't gonna never be ready when the time comes. It was just one of those things. When I found out having a girl, first thing I said, you gotta get more weapons. But having a child though, honestly, was a blessing because it taught me love. It taught me more how to love a person, how to be patient, and understanding. So,
was you ready? Like,
nah,
nah, we weren't ready.
I wasn't ready at all.
But like more so not being ready physically, but was you ready mentally? Because did you know how to be a dad, or is it something you still learning?
At the time, I didn't know how to be a dad because, like I said, I was raised without one, but I seen how it was supposed to be done from people in the neighborhood where I grew up at and all that. But it was like me doing it. I was like, I'm gonna do the best I can. And honestly, I feel like any man who grew up without a father, it's easy for them to be a father because they know the mistakes not to do. So that's what made it easy for me.
What is something you feel like you're struggling with as a dad that, we got a lot of youth nowadays having kids real early. What advice would you give to some of these kids, some of these young men out here that's having kids early to help them improve on this as a dad? So what do you think you're struggling with that
Man,
you can give advice to the youth right now to not do the same thing?
I ain't necessarily gonna say I'm struggling, but
Uh
I tell y'all to wrap it up.
huh.
Like wait
Like quit
till
playing around,
yeah, wait till
huh?
you get older and you find that one.
Hmm.
Because this goes for men and women at this point. Choose the person you're gonna have a child with wisely. Because you signing your life over once you do that. And a lot of things people don't understand when it comes to that is it can veer you from your path. And sometimes kids will sit you down, but a
Hmm.
lot of young guys, I tell you, man, just take care of your kids.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main issue now. A lot of kids nowadays don't want to feel that responsibility of being a
Yeah.
man or being a father. So it's like you knew what you was doing when you laid down. You knew what you was doing
Mm-hmm.
when you got with that girl. You knew the aftermath that come with doing that.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't accept the responsibility of buying diapers or taking care of your child, taking your child to school. So
Because they've been babied their whole life.
mm-hmm.
Some of them been sheltered and babied their whole life. And they don't even know how to take care of a child when honestly, it's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so, I say, too, for the guys that's my age or close to it, time. Don't put money before your kids. The money gonna come
Mm-hmm.
because you ain't gonna get that time back.
So we talking about pressure still.
Uh-huh.
What was the lowest point in your life?
The lowest point in my life is, I say, July 10th and 11th of 2007. I lost my grandma 2 days before my birthday, and my brother got killed. My third sibling, who
Mm.
passed away, he got killed a day before my birthday, and I dreamed about it. So that right there, that was like one of my lowest points in my life, and I still to this day battle with it, but I'm getting past that point of accepting. So yeah,
You got three siblings that has passed away, a father that has been incarcerated most of your life. How does that play a role in your mental health to this day?
my
Is that something you still battling with?
oh yeah, like I battle with it because I try to make sure I don't make the same mistakes as far as letting my anger and my temper get in the way of things, emotions in general. Because us as black men, when we get to a low of mental or depression, anything, we'll do anything, especially when it comes to finance. If you hurting, black man will do anything to take care of his family. So battling is tough, but I pray and thank God for my wife, just being honest, and my surrounding circle. Like my people around me, they keep me level.
Man, I feel like talking about motivation for the youth. It's getting rough out here. We got a lot of people losing those close to them, and some people don't know how to deal with grief. Is grief something that's motivating you, or is grief something that's still catching you off guard with a jab and a left hook, and you're like, damn, I didn't see that coming.
That's a good question. Honestly, my mama prepared me young to deal with grief and honestly losses. So I use it as motivation. Like I know if one of my loved ones pass or something, first thing gonna hit me. Of course, I'm gonna be sad, but it's gonna hit me. I know how they watching me. They want me to do this. It's a lot of things where I put it into a positive aspect because I knew they won't want me to be sad.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things when it comes to that.
So is grief? Do you look at grief as positive? Do you look at grief as a positive thing, or as more negative? Can grief be something that motivates you and be a force to get you to that next level, or is it something that you have to figure out with them before you get to that next level?
To be honest, it depends on a person's mental strength and mental level because once it boils down, some people when they grieve, they go lock themselves in a room and they just don't want to be bothered. Sometimes I can get like that. I don't want to talk for a week, maybe a couple days, but then I power up, because sometimes you have to look at it as a reset of they not suffering no more, especially if they were sick. You would rather them be gone and transition versus still being here suffering and hurting, because you don't know a person pain.
Right.
So
I think like the grief is a process that a lot of people forget that it's never ending.
Yeah.
I think people fail to realize that grief is something that you're going to live with forever.
Yeah, you ain't gonna never get over it.
So it's like, it's your story.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people, like, I never get over the fact of my brother getting killed due to violence, my father in prison, because everything that you go through is your story and what you've been through, and that is what defines you, and that builds character. Because if you don't experience none in life, you ain't gonna be a character, and that's what's with some of the young guys. They throwing their life away so fast that they not even having time to build their character. Because
how do you value character? You look at a man, you look at a woman. How can you tell what their character is based on? Is it by their values, is it what they believe, or how can you tell if a man values his character, what people view him as?
Honestly, appearance and mannerisms, that's a main key to it. Like how somebody talk to somebody. Like if I was out and I heard a young guy talking to an older person and I'm not hearing them say yes sir, no sir, none of that, that tells me a lot about their character. Or if they cussing and doing all this type of in front of, I can tell how they was raised. So a lot of times these days it show you how a person character is. It's 2025 is right in front of your face. People showing you who they really are. They true colors. So
I'm guessing you was raised kind of more so on character, respect, and coveting.
Yeah, and coveting everybody, honestly, no matter how people got down in the streets or what they did, everybody was built on respect, loyalty, and love. Like that's all what it was about.
So you understanding your purpose, going through this pressure. Now we're talking about trying to reveal your power. How do you reclaim your power after life knocks you down mentally, physically, and emotionally? How do you get that power back to know that I can do this, or you can say that I'm him? How do you get that power back?
Man, don't quit, cause
that's easier said than done though. Like what do you do though?
Reason I say don't quit, you gotta remember who you are. Never forget the person who you really are. Because prime example, I graduated in 2010 high school, went to college for 2 years, left, ran the streets for 5 years, moved to Atlanta, been to El Paso, Texas, all type of different stuff. But I had to realize after I got into a little trouble and stuff, like who am I really? And I had to tap back in. And I went back to school after 5 years and finished and got my degree. So times like that, you have to remember of who you are and don't forget, because that's your motivation when you look in the mirror. Because anybody can tell you, hey, you can do this, you can do that. Right. But if you don't believe it, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people want to say this all the time. A lot of people want to get to level 10 without getting to level 2. Yeah. A lot of people want to come with dreams and win overnight, and then when they get to that dream or that first level, it doesn't happen. They quit. Exactly. So it's like, I feel like that grief or that pain or that struggle, whatever somebody going through, that's where you find out if you really want it. That's where you really find out, is this what I want to keep chasing over and over and over again if I keep failing over and over and over again? Because it's not going to be easy, because if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Exactly.
So I think the purpose has to be clearly defined to keep chasing something that you really want. If that purpose, if you don't understand what your purpose is, I mean, there's no point in you saying you want to do something, because it's levels to it. Yeah. It's not going to happen in 24 hours.
And a lot of people need to start becoming conscious aware, bro. Meditating and all those different things, because that's how you can really find your purpose too. Because as you get becoming conscious aware and you meditating, certain things will come to you. That's how I found my purpose. When I was in my dark places, I started meditating and started figuring out these are the things that I want to do or I need to do. So.
In moments where you felt most powerless, how did you find strength to rise again?
Prayer.
What would think? Prayer.
And honestly, I keep everything bottled in, but once I start talking to people, it kind of helped, because once you release it out your mind, you don't really think about it no more. But once you keep stuff bottled in, it keeps circling. But once you talk about it, that's why I tell people, it ain't necessarily go get a therapist or a counselor. But if you got a homeboy you can trust or a female you can trust or whatever, talk to them, because everybody need to get that out their chest.
I feel like people got to learn how to. People got to find a zone.
Yep.
Mentally,
balance.
Like find something that you love doing.
Yep.
Basketball, coaching. I mean, if you like listen to music. Me, I love traveling, bro.
yeah, you travel.
I love traveling. It's like the thrive or the thought of knowing that all I gotta do is come up with this amount of money and I get this.
Yeah.
I catch y'all later.
Yeah.
I get this for two, all inclusive. I'm gone.
Yeah.
But then it's like when I'm out there, when I'm traveling, that's when I realize and sit back like I'm killing the game right now.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't try to compare myself to what others are doing. I look at more so like, okay, I done did this, I done came up, I done worked, I done did overtime, I done got myself and my fiance all the way out here, we killing the game. And I look back like I'm doing a lot of things right now, and I'm getting rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So that more so having something that I can work for and seeing the results is always motivating for me to try to see what kind of results that I can get at the highest level.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense though, and a lot of people need to think like that though. Like even the young guys, like it's more out here. Like one of the things that I take to mind, and I tell anybody, bro, once you go across that state line, you see it's more to life. Like, and that's anywhere. Cause some people ain't never been out of state.
Yeah, nah, that's very true. A lot of people don't leave their environment. Can't grow in a small. You can't be a shark in a small fish tank.
Exactly.
You got to be able to expand and see it's more stuff in the hood. It's more stuff than your little area. It's more stuff than just what you're seeing every day. So I definitely suggest more people travel, even if it's in-state, out of the country. Like, what are we working for?
Yep.
We just don't work just to pay bills. And that's how I think. Like, I mean, I worked it and I choose to pay bills. I gotta pay my bills, but I choose it. I choose to travel.
And I tell the young guys, bro, look into investing.
Investing?
Like, especially if you hustling and doing your thing, take that money and invest. Like, invest into some property, buy some land, do something where you can leave your kids somehow. Shit, get some life insurance. Like, something, like, for real. Because
I'm just not learning about that.
Because if you got kids, man, you need to figure out how can you leave them something behind, especially with what you're doing and you ain't doing it the right way. If you ain't living life the right way, at least set them up for the future.
Yeah. How can owning your truth become a source of personal power? Owning your truth, like, do you accept the truth sometimes, or is it something that's hard to swallow?
Honestly,
the truth of every situation, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Honestly, me personally.
Why you look loud?
Sorry, Mom.
But most times, bro, me personally, I love the truth. That's what my mama raised me on, and my dad. But I love the truth due to the fact that, you know, it's like once you live into your truth, you'll know who you really are, bro. And once you true to yourself, you can be true to everybody else.
I think a lot of people have the hi Journey. Look at the camera. Say hi.
Over there.
Yeah, but there's no water.
No, go over there.
I think a lot of people have time accepting the truth, like swallowing the truth and accepting that it is what it is.
Yeah, because some people that, bro, honestly, a lot of people don't want the truth because they don't want to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
That's women and some men. They don't want to be held accountable. And if somebody holding you accountable, that means they look at you as some sort of respect or they see something in you.
Yeah, I feel like the truth is, like I said yesterday, the truth is what sets you free. It's like the truth always gonna outlive a lie. It's always gonna be something that you just gotta accept and move on. Like it's no point of you trying to tell yourself that's not true, that didn't happen, or this. You know what I'm saying? Like just let it be. This what happened. Take it on the chin and bounce back.
And then some people don't look at it too, is when people tell you the truth, you have to take it in. Like you said, take it to the chin. Not only that, but you just have to. That is self-criticism. That's somebody criticizing you. And when you take criticism, self-criticism, however you do it, because sometimes people beat themselves up about the truth when they telling themselves the truth. A lie gonna only go so far. But if you tell the truth, bro, it gets you a long way. You'll rather be true to you and others due to the fact when you talking to them, just say, when somebody say something bad about you, person say, well, he was true to himself. So it don't matter. He was true to himself. He knew who he was.
Can't say much about him.
Exactly.
That's real. That's real. When did you realize your voice was your power? When did you realize that things you say can affect the outcome?
Man, the pandemic, when I moved to St. Louis and talking to you, seeing where you was now and where you at now. I mean, seeing where you was then and where you at now.
How'd that play an impact on you though? Like, talk to me about that.
It played a big impact because I seen the rabbit hole you was going down, bro, being in St. Louis during the pandemic and just going through life at 18, 17, just getting out of high school, not really knowing much to where you at now. You're inspiring others. You pushing, bro. You have so much stuff in your bag that we ain't gonna talk about. And it's like, it's amazing to see that progress. Like,
appreciate that, bro.
I was here when you started writing your first book. I remember seeing all that. So the progress in you is amazing, man. So that's when I seen that my voice meant something, and it was powerful than I thought.
Like, now I'm at a juvenile detention center, and I realized my voice is very powerful. Like I got a lot of people that actually listen to what I'm saying. I went to this conference, bro, and I'm out here talking to people, and I'm like, damn, I got actually people listen to what I'm saying. I got people who actually want to take a picture, want to know me. Like, that's crazy. So it's like, that just showed me that I really gotta, I'm not gonna say practice what I preach because it's what I do, but I really gotta take this to the next level. Because there's people out here watching me that don't know who's watching me. And it's more so like, they just eating their popcorn, they watching what I'm gonna do. So it's like, if I really want to get the reward for level 10, I gotta keep climbing. It's more so like right now, we in the backyard, bro. I want to get to a point where I'm somewhere in the mansion or in the castle or something, at the whole studio, bro. So to where my brothers like yourself, my nieces and nephews, everybody to the point where we just make one call and we all there.
Yeah, and see, that's gonna come. You leveling up, you going through your stages of life, and you experiencing along the way, and you chose to focus on the goal and not focus on the streets. So that's why your testimony and everything that you do is gonna be powerful, and you have experience of the streets because of relatives, all type of different things, to where you can talk to the kids and get them insight. Because you going through it. So
you got any words, any motivation for the youth, or anybody you want to give a shout out to, man?
Man, I say,
look into that camera, let them know.
I want to shout out my wife, Shania Blevins, and my daughter, Journey, my family back home in Tennessee. And I also want to say to the youth, trouble is easy to get into, but hard to get out of. I always remember that.
And one thing that I gotta say is continue to be you. There's a lot of people that try to change over time or modify who they are, who they think they should be. Continue to be you. Don't change just because somebody don't like what you're doing, or don't change because you think you need to satisfy somebody else. You got to satisfy you before you satisfy anybody else. You got to understand that your mental has to be at an all-time high before you can actually go out there and preach to somebody else or teach somebody else. Mm-hmm. Be a coach to yourself. Mm-hmm. Tell yourself to get up every day. You tell yourself to get this job done. You tell yourself to go clock in, go clock out. So understand that your mental is your key that unlocks all doors. What you think of this episode so far, Meech?
Man, it was great. It was great.
Cool, man. Cool, man. Yeah. Got anything else you want to say?
Man, just be true to you.
So
be true to you.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode, fellas. Ladies, gentlemen, I appreciate you for tuning in today to Charged Up Podcast, where we charge up physically, mentally, and emotionally. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We got some more content dropping real soon. This is just the beginning. Coach R, love. My God.